I like to strip it down. I like to strip it down to just, me and my guitar player. And, but, I like to perform in general. I like performing better than I like recording in the studio.
Do you feel that there's an energy that comes from an audience?
Yeah, and I think that, all the effects they put in my voice and it's not like raw. I like to, perform and have it, sound like me.
Do you believe that it's kind of something that just happens in the moment? I mean, that one concert's only going to happen at that one time. And so, hey, if your voice is a little crackly that day, that's just the way it is.
Today I had a cold and, I was just trying to fight through it. And I'm still, fighting through it. But like some days you're going to have a cold. Some days you're going to have the hiccups in the middle of performing.
Have you had that?
Have you had hiccups? One time I got my throat got really dry. I was like, trying to perform.
Yeah, I definitely feel protective of her. I don't want her to lose it. I don't want her to, go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second.
He's come back as a new dad. Congratulations to both of you.
So I get the voice that comes in my head that says that you missed this, that sucked, that sucked. Oh, you get a glimpse of yourself on the screen. Wow, that looks pretty fucking shitty. And then I'm sitting there and I trip over the clothes and I'm like, this is just like, it sucks the life out of me and I don't want to perform.
If you could look like this forever, this is good,
Thanks.
right? If you could do this forever,
That's so nice.
you wouldn't do this forever?
No, I can barely do it now.
If I were a wild animal, what kind of animal would I be?
Monkey or koala bear.
It's honestly the two I was thinking. I swear to God.
Selena Gomez just posted something that didn't look dramatic at first glance. But the internet instantly knew this wasn't random. No name was mentioned, no tags, no explanations. And yet within minutes, fans were connecting dots that most people thought were buried years ago. This wasn't nostalgia. This wasn't heartbreak. This felt like a warning, a boundary, and maybe the coldest message she's ever sent without saying a single name. Because when someone stays silent for years and then suddenly speaks up like this, it's never accidental. What made this moment stand out wasn't just the words. It was the timing, the confidence, the finality behind it. Selena has always chosen her language carefully, especially when it comes to her past. But this post felt different, sharper, less emotional, almost like she wasn't asking to be understood anymore. She was demanding space, and fans didn't need clarification. They already knew who it was about. Selena didn't tag Justin Bieber. She didn't hint. She didn't explain, but anyone who's followed their decade-long saga recognized the tone immediately. This wasn't sadness, this was exhaustion. And it sent shockwaves through social media because it suggested something people don't like to admit, that not everything between them is as finished as the public pretends. But to understand why this hit so hard, you have to rewind. Selena and Justin weren't just another celebrity couple, they were the couple. Young, famous, emotional, and constantly watched. Every breakup was public, every reunion felt like hope, and every collapse was messier than the last. Their relationship didn't exist privately, it existed as entertainment. And that pressure changed everything. They went through cycles that fans romanticized, even when the reality was clearly unhealthy. The back and forth never allowed either of them to heal properly. And when things finally ended for good, the damage didn't disappear. It followed them, especially Selena. Justin eventually married Hailey, and from the outside, that should have closed the book. New life, new chapter, new priorities. Selena publicly supported that narrative too. She said she had moved on. She focused on her career, her mental health, and rebuilding herself away from chaos. But the fans didn't move on. Every post Selena made became a comparison. Every song lyric turned into a theory. Every Hailey appearance triggered another round of attacks. On it didn't matter how many times Selena asked people to stop. The narrative had a life of its own. And that constant pressure does something to a person. Over the years, Selena has been unusually candid about how deeply that relationship affected her sense of self. She's talked about therapy, about setting boundaries, about learning how to choose peace over drama. She's opened up about the ways public scrutiny can feel suffocating, and about how long it takes to heal when the world is watching. But healing doesn't mean forgetting. And it doesn't mean being immune to being dragged backward, over and over, into a story that no longer belongs to you. Even the strongest people have limits. And it's clear Selena reached hers, which is why this post felt like more than just another cryptic message. For fans, it was a breaking point moment. The kind of post that sparks immediate speculation because it's both personal and public at the same time. People want to know the why and the how, but sometimes the truth is as simple as exhaustion and frustration. Sometimes it's about reclaiming control over your own narrative after years of being pushed around by expectation, history, and the relentless eyes of the internet. And the question everyone's asking now is simple. Why now? Why this message at this moment? Some fans immediately point to Justin and Hailey's recent social media activity. They've been posting openly about their relationship, sharing moments of intimacy, happiness, and unity. To most, these posts are normal updates between a married couple, but for others, every photo, every caption, and every affectionate post feels like a subtle reminder of what once was. Whether intended or not, perception is powerful. And if Selena is already tired of the comparisons and constant references to her past, even the most innocuous content can feel pointed. Others believe something happened privately, a message, a comment, or a situation that crossed a line, something we may never know about. In this version, the post isn't just public frustration, it's a response to something immediate, something personal, something that pushed her over the edge. And then there's the possibility that this moment had nothing to do with Justin at all. Maybe Selena simply hit her limit. Maybe she was done living inside a story she didn't choose. A narrative created by fans, headlines, and endless commentary that refuses to let her move forward. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The real issue might not be Selena, Justin, or Hailey at all. It might be the fans, the obsession, the comparisons, the constant demand for updates, for drama, for sides to be chosen. Stan culture doesn't allow closure. It feeds off conflict. It freezes people in versions of themselves they've long outgrown. Selena has tried to shut it down before. She's defended Hailey, asked people to stop attacking, and even taken the high road repeatedly. She's done everything right. And yet, none of it worked. The narrative continued. The comparisons continued. The pressure continued. So when this post went live, the internet split instantly. Selena's supporters saw strength, a woman finally saying, "Enough is enough." They saw someone refusing to be polite at the cost of her own peace. They praised her for reclaiming her voice, for taking control of her story. Justin and Hailey's supporters saw something else entirely: pettiness, old wounds being reopened, drama that didn't need to exist. They argued that silence would have been more mature. And then there was a third group, the exhausted observers, tired of comparisons, tired of theories, tired of a relationship that ended years ago still dominating headlines. What made it even more intense, what truly set the internet on fire, was what didn't happen next. Justin and Hailey didn't respond. No clapback, no explanation, no vague caption meant to clear the air. No cryptic quote about peace or growth, just silence. And in celebrity culture, silence is never neutral. It invites interpretation, it becomes a message all on its own. Because when everyone expects a reaction and none comes, people start asking why. Is it maturity? A strategic decision made by a PR team that knows engagement only fuels the fire? Or is it simply refusal? A choice to not give oxygen to something they believe doesn't deserve it? In a world where every post, like, and emoji is dissected, doing nothing can feel louder than doing something. And this is where the story stops being about one Instagram post and turns into something much bigger. This is about how fame traps people inside moments they can't outgrow. No matter how much time passes, no matter how much someone changes, the public keeps dragging them backward. Past relationships become permanent labels. Old pain becomes entertainment. And growth gets ignored if it doesn't fit the narrative people already decided on years ago. For Selena, that weight hits differently. She's been open about her struggles, about burnout, about healing, about learning to protect herself. But when a woman is honest about pain, the expectation quietly shifts. She's supposed to be endlessly graceful, always patient, always understanding, even when she's tired, even when she's done explaining herself, even when she's clearly asking for space. So when Selena finally speaks up, it doesn't free her. It pulls her back into the spotlight she was trying to escape, but staying silent would have done the exact same thing. That's the trap. There is no version of this where she wins, only different versions of the same cost. Which raises the obvious question, will this actually change anything? Probably not. This saga has survived breakups, reconciliations, marriages, albums, public apologies, won private growth, and years of distance. It's evolved beyond the people who started it. At this point, it lives inside fan culture, social media algorithms, and nostalgia-fueled obsession. And unless all three of them disappear from public life completely, which isn't happening, the speculation will always come back. That's why this moment feels different. Not because it's dramatic, not because it's shocking, but because it feels final in a quiet way. Less emotional, less defensive, more like someone saying, I'm done carrying this. So the real question isn't whether Selena was talking to Justin, it's whether she was talking to everyone else. The fans, the commentators, the people who refuse to let her exist without tying her to a version of herself she's long outgrown. Well, maybe this wasn't about reopening old wounds. Maybe it was about closing the door and finally locking it. And that's why the internet can't let it go. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Selena was justified in finally setting a boundary publicly? Do you think fans are the real reason this story never ends? Or do you think this is one celebrity saga that will follow them forever, no matter what they do? Drop your thoughts below, because this comment section is about to get wild. And if you're into deep dives like this, where we break down celebrity moments beyond the headlines and get into what's really happening behind the scenes, make sure you hit subscribe right now. We're covering the stories everyone's talking about, and the ones people don't want you to notice, every single day. Turn on notifications so you don't miss what drops next, because trust me, the next story is already brewing.